Shalawam, y'all. Holla, y'all, watching now. Shy. Not everyone. Lord willing, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, our personal time. Lord willing, sisters are having a great Sabbath, or will have a great Sabbath whenever you see this, whatever Sabbath you keep. Um, but we're not even going to tear it too long. We're going to just get right into it. Through the Spirit, we are going to be talking about our natural birth stories and answering any questions. We have a few questions on our phones from sisters that asked, and we also are doing it live so that if you have any more questions, it's open to ask questions. But first, I want to get these foundational precepts. First Peter, you want to give something? Shalawam, Shalawam.
Shalawam. So I can. We talking about how you came out.
Salaki, y'all. Hey, cuz I'll text you after this live. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. And all personal side, thank you. I hope you're doing well too. I'll text you after this, Lord willing. But First Peter 4:11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. If any man wills, let him do it as the ability which Yahweh given. That Yahweh in all things are glorified. Through him shall Mashiach to him praise the being for another amen. So everything we speak going to be thus saith the Lord. We want to speak the oracles of the Most High. We don't want to talk our own belly. And we want to give everything we do. We want to do it for the glorification of the Most High. Because we want to do it for the glorification of the Most High. Because only the ability that the Most High gives us, we're only able to get on here and talk to sisters and go over precepts because of the Most High. We're only able to talk about our birth stories that the Most High allowed us to get through because of the Most High. So we want to give all praise and glory to the Most High. Yahweh Shemashah forever. And then Khan. So, like I was saying earlier, we're going to be just talking about our natural birth stories and answering any questions that sisters have. And we have a few on our phones already. But if you have any more questions, go feel free to drop them in the live chat. I guess I'll kind of wait for y'all and I to get back before we get started since we're both doing the video. But I know like sometimes in this world and like in movies, like birth is portrayed to be like one of the most like scariest things ever. And it's different, and I was a little scared too, but I feel like people that just like in the movies they make it just seem horrible, like it's horrible when it's a very beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful thing. You just have to be mentally prepared. You have to be prepared to the best of your ability, because you can never be fully prepared for birth and motherhood, but you can prepare to the best of your ability. But I feel like people in this world, like the movies and things like that, shalom, they make birth out to be like the most horrible, terrifying thing when it's not. So we're here to debunk all of that because it's not. Lord willing, our stories and testimonies inspire sisters. And we're not like down in hospitals. If you choose to give birth at a hospital because that's what you and your husband think is best, then hey, by all means. But I will say, know your birth rights, know your rights, as a woman. Because especially us wearing brown skin, being so our Black women, and even just the Hispanic sisters, they don't give us the same love and care as they would white women, the Caucasians, and any other nationality of people. And so when you go into these places, of course, the Most High has His hands on us, and we know the Scripture says, "When a man's ways please the Lord, He maketh even his enemies at peace with him." So we know the Most High has the power. We know the Most High is in control of everything, and His Spirit is moving ultimately. And the Most High can put it on these nurses' spirits in these facilities and hospitals and doctor offices to treat you with care. The Most High can soften anybody's heart. But at the end of the day, still, faith without works is dead. So you can have that faith, but have that works. Make sure you're educated. Make sure you know your birthrights if you're going to a hospital. And understand that you are in control of your birth and that these doctors work for you. You can deny any service that you want. You can deny anything. You don't have to, because they like to just do stuff. I'm going to cut you open. I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you this. You can be like, no, I don't want that. You have to know your rights. You don't have to just do anything they say. And that makes me think of this video I'm going to play for y'all real quick. Hold on, let me find it. Give me 1 second. It's basically a sister saying that the doctors work for you. Let me find it. Maybe I can find it. I don't know where that video at. It's like just disappeared.
Yeah.
It's this video that says like there's this sister going into like how the doctors work for you and you can deny anything. You don't have to stress yourself out about everything they say. But I forgot. I know the sister sent it to me on my Instagram again, but it's like they message deleted. Let's see, bro.
Gotta say it.
Yeah, because I ain't deleted nothing. But I was just basically saying how the people in the world they portray birth to be like the most horrible, terrifying event, and if you're gonna go in a hospital, know your rights, and we can have faith that the Most High keep us and protect us, but educate yourself and know your rights when you're going into those facilities. We gotta be prepared to the best of our ability, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, to the best of our ability, because you can never fully prepare for such an event.
Mm-hmm. And not to be upset if it doesn't go, your birth rate doesn't go as planned.
Right, because man's going to the Lord. And everything is done for our good anyways, and so that we're able to share testimonies and stories with other sisters. Yeah, I don't know where that video is, bro. That's Satan, bro. But do you have anything you want to add real quick?
Yeah, and many sisters have had successful hospital stories, so don't be afraid if you are a person that wanted to have a natural birth, but something may, Lord forbid, but it happens. Something goes wrong, you might have to go to the hospital, or whatever the case may be, because everybody's story is different. Sometimes you'll be contracting, but you're not dilating, and there's all types of things that could happen, but ultimately putting trust in Yahweh Shai and knowing that He does not forsake the righteous. And even if something doesn't go by, the plan that you had in your mind, the Most High has something greater.
Definitely. Our person Most High is a beautiful point. And, we may not understand what the Most High is doing, but that's why we walk by faith and not by sight, 2 Corinthians 5:7. And we just have to trust that the Most High is not doing anything for our destruction. He's doing it for us. He's doing it for our profit. That's what Hebrews say, the chastisement we go through is for our profit. And it may not seem like it, but it is. And that's the same thing with birth, anything in life. You might want to, you might plan out something one way and then it happens another way. And that's okay because at the end of the day, the Most High is going to get the glorification. Because even if you start at home, you have to get rushed to the hospital or anything like that, the Most High still going to get praised because you still had a healthy birth, Most High willing. You still got through it, Most High willing, you still was healthy and the baby came out safe and alive and healthy. So he's still going to get the praise at the end of the day. So no matter how it turned out, praise him for how it happened. Praise him and tell sisters about your story and testimony because the Most High do those things so that you're able to tell others, and so he can get the glorification and the praise. My pregnancy didn't go all the way as planned how I wanted it to, and even being along my breastfeeding journey hasn't gone as planned as I wanted it to. It's been a journey, but my baby still eats. She still get my milk. Maybe not how I wanted it to, but it's all personal time. So if you wanted to go ahead and share your story,
Okay.
you can go.
Well, yeah. So I had my baby almost a year ago, which is crazy to say. But I started contracting. I was 40 weeks and 3 days. I was 40 weeks and 3 days. I started contracting around like 8 or 9 p.m. Yeah. So I was contracting for a little bit. It was like period cramps. And then, I'm just trying to get my rest and lay down. That did not happen like that. So, skip to about midnight, 1 o'clock. My head, he was at work, and then he was coming back home from work, and at that point it was getting more intense. So I'm getting back rubs. I'm in the tub. I had a shower tub. So I was just kind of sitting in there, and then my head putting the water on my belly, stuff like that. All the millions of coping mechanisms. There's so many out there, but that's what worked for me personally. Just really the back rubs and just standing up. I couldn't lay down for nothing. So around that time, I hit my midwife up and told her like, hey, I'm in labor. She was like, yeah, it sounds like it's real early still. Expect to have the baby at 8 o'clock. And
8 in the morning, 8 at night.
8 a.m.
How much time did you have right
here? 7.
Okay. But she was a close call.
She was close, but if we would have said 8, look, I would have made it. If we would have waited till 8 o'clock. Because she was talking about meeting up at 8 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah. But my baby came way earlier than that. So my labor was 10 hours in total.
Did you include that as starting like when you started your contractions?
Yeah, I think so. Because 8, 12, that's 4, and 7, 11.
So from the time you started contractions, even like early contractions.
Mm-hmm. Yep. From my very first contraction to
the baby.
Yeah. Until the baby was outside of me. It was about 10, 11 hours. So,
and what time did you start contracting?
About 8 or 9.
At night?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I have her 7 in the morning the next morning. Okay. So, it's different for everybody. Some people have very long first labors.
Let me catch one labor.
And then, okay. And then, some people have shorter labors. All praise the Most High, He had mercy on me. I personally think the Most High had favor on me because my pain tolerance is not there. It's not there at all.
Sis said the contraction wasn't that bad. I was mad at her when I got her. Why you lying and said that? No, stop.
Everybody's birth different.
Yeah, though. It is.
It wasn't that bad for me, but that's all praise to the Most High. But they definitely are intense. It's no joke. It's a different experience that you can't even really compare it to. It's a lot. But all praise to the Most High, got through it. I called my midwife. Well, at that point, I told my head to call my midwife because I couldn't talk at that point. Called my midwife at 6 and was like, hey, like, this baby's coming. Like, 16 hours. It's getting intense. Like, I think we need to be meeting up because this baby is coming. Mm-hmm. So we My head's getting stuff ready. He's picking up the labor bag. On the couch. My mother-in-law was over there since she was trying to, comfort me, bless her heart, soothe me and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know what's taking this man so long to get. Please, please. And then eventually he got their car ready. I walked out there and whew, got in the front seat. Please, if y'all are traveling, please do not get in the front seat. Please go get in the back seat.
So you can stretch out.
Yeah, so you can stretch out, relax, something. Because that front seat, boy, uncomfortable. And then the car seat was behind us too, so it was a bad idea. But our personal side wasn't that far, but it felt like the longest car ride in my life, and it was only 10 minutes up the road. And we got there. We beat the midwife there. She came like maybe 1 or 2 minutes after the fact, and then I walked in there. As soon as I walked in, my water broke. Or my mucus plug broke. I can't remember. Something came out on the people couch. And boy, they were like, no, you can't labor right here. People have to sit here. Cause it's where I gave birth at, it's a house. It's a house, but it's like a birthing center. But it's literally inside of a house. They just run it
So cool.
inside of a house. Yeah, I really liked it. So they take me from that room and they take me to one of the bedrooms and they laid on.
Could you clarify for the viewers what do you mean by it's a house? I don't want them to think like you just pulled up to somebody's house and had a baby.
Okay.
Clarify like it's an established business.
Yes. It's actually a business. It's a business. They have about like 2 midwives in there. It's just a house that they work out of. It's an older house. Each room is a designated. There's 2 labor rooms with like actual bedrooms. There are actual beds in there. It's a bathroom. It's like a nice house, but it's definitely a house. It's not like a regular building or a regular birthing center. But they're licensed midwives and yeah.
And where are they located?
In Tallahassee, Florida. And yeah. So they set the bed up for me. I got on there. I contracted probably a good 4 or 5 times, and it was time for me to push. And I told them, wait, I wanted a water birth. So they ran to the bathroom and got the tub ready. The tub wasn't like a tub like in an apartment. It was like one of the bigger tubs. I forget what they call it. It's like a specific name for it, but it's one of the bigger tubs that you can comfortably birth in. And yeah, so they ran the water. I got in there. I pushed. And I pushed. I probably pushed for like. I walked in the door at 6:45, and I had my baby at 7:21, I think. So about 40 minutes. I probably did 40 minutes. Then the baby came out. So
you did most of your labor at home.
Yes. If I would have stayed and listened to my midwife, we're gonna wait till 8 o'clock, I would have had the baby at home. That's how close she was coming. Their non-contractions were very effective. All praise the Most High. But yep, I pushed, and then that baby came out. All praise the Most High. I didn't have any tears. All praise the Most High. My midwife described it as like a little road rash, like a little, kind of like a skinny knee a little bit. It's like but nothing that required stitches. So all praise the Most High for that. And yeah.
How were you feeling once she came out?
Relieved.
Full of joy?
Yes, relieved. Disbelief that I actually did it with no medicine, no epidural, no hospital. All praise the Most High, man. I had
and they're called the birth cottage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Birth cottage in Tallahassee, Florida. Hit them up.
Yeah, if you're in Florida, Tallahassee, Florida, hey, I highly recommend them. They know their stuff. They've been doing it for 10 years plus. They've delivered hundreds of babies. And, they got mamas that come back and I'll probably be one of the models if that's in my life. So kind.
Now, how would you describe your postpartum experience? I know you still postpartum, but the early weeks and even like a few months, did you battle with postpartum depression? I know, did you battle with baby blues? Well, baby blues is a form of depression, but it's a mild depression. It's just, it goes away. It's not prolonged like postpartum PPD. So, how was that experience? They say the second day after birth is like the hardest. So,
Yeah.
what was your experience like? If you don't mind sharing?
Oh no, of course. I would say I had a pretty smooth postpartum for the most part. That's all praise most part. My second day, the day after the baby was born, it was probably the worst day of postpartum. It was just, I was overtired. I had my baby right before the Sabbath began, so we're high after baby joy. I'm up. I want to spend every waking moment with her. With my husband. We're all just, enjoying her. My mother-in-law and my mom and my TT, she came. It was amazing. And it was all that. But I was not even thinking to get my rest like that. So it came back to bite me in the behind. The second night, my milk ain't came in quite yet. So my baby fussing and,
Was your colostrum in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so.
But it wasn't like
enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't like enough. Like my milk didn't come in probably till like the next day.
And so what did you do? How did she eat? Did she eat?
She ate. Yeah, she ate. As much as possible. She really just wanted to be held, rocked and stuff like that, and it was just kind of a blur.
So was she eating colostrum?
Yeah, she was feeding on me.
Okay.
She was feeding on me, because I didn't have any colostrum before she came. So I was just, we're just practicing latching. She wasn't having the best time latching. So you can imagine a baby that's hungry, but not, still trying to learn how to latch. And yeah, just trying to pray. And my mom came and she bought me some mother's milk tea. I drank some of that and my milk was coming in like.
Can you just hold up a little bit?
Pecan, all praise most high, my milk finally came in. It was just a patience test. Postpartum in the first 2-3 weeks, just trying to establish that latch. And I had to use nipple shields,
which is okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, just as I was learning, she was learning too. So it just takes patience and just being diligent on watching them, and watching the pee diapers, watching the poo diapers, making sure you're holding them right and all that good stuff. Yeah, it was a trying first week, but the rest postpartum I'll say was pretty nice. I didn't have
Thank you.
Of course. But I know the second night I broke down. I was crying late at night. I remember like it was yesterday. I was crying. I was so frustrated because my husband, he was just gone. He wasn't really trying to be in the house with a whole bunch of women. There was a lot of people in my house at the time, which is understandable, But I was kind of frustrated because he was over there sleeping, and I'm like, I know you hear the baby. Like, what are you doing? You out here hanging out? What's going on? But all praise most high, I was able to voice that, and I had help from both my moms, so that was truly a blessing. I had to learn very quickly. I need my rest. Sleep when the baby sleep. Don't be trying to watch them sleep and I'm up hosting and talking to people. And no.
Take your butt to bed.
You need your rest. So definitely learned that from me. All praise most high now. My husband, he's an amazing dad. He helps me out more than I can even imagine. So all praise most high for that. you know.
And so first and most high, because everybody don't get that help.
Yeah.
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 Everybody don't get that help.
That's pretty much my story, you know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the sister was mentioning like her, she had her colostrum coming in, but it wasn't really enough. So I know some women now they couldn't produce colostrum. Can't even see me because this in the way.
Oh man.
Let me see if you can remove it. They don't believe this. Okay, well maybe I just need that. But I know that some women now their colostrum can come in a few weeks earlier before the baby comes. And if that happens, you could possibly pump some colostrum and put it in some syringes. But Lord willing, like the whole feeding journey early on goes well. Is there anything you want to share about your birth? And are there any pregnancy testimonies that come to mind for you? Testimonies of any pregnancy?
Yes. I had a lot of people doubting, a lot of family doubting me that
Yes, it works.
I had a lot of people doubting me, family members. Oh, you trying to do a natural? Like, are you sure? I don't know about this. Like, I was anemic in my pregnancy,
which is just
low iron. It was like severe anemia. So, of course, when I told certain family members about it, you know, they were like, "Oh no, you know, it's getting kind of close to the end. You know, maybe you need to switch over, go to the hospital." So I'm like, "No, I'm doing this natural. I'm determined to do this natural. I hate needles. Even if I didn't, I still wasn't trying to do it. You know, I don't want my baby, you know, to be drugged up or anything like that. And I didn't want the effects that epidural could have on my body. You know, the whole backache thing. My back already hurt as it is. So I'm just being real. So this is when I did my research. I always encourage people to do their own research. You know, I'm not to bash anybody who chooses to do epidural or have medicine, whatever the case may be, because hey, everybody's different. But me, I was determined. It was something I've been praying for my whole pregnancy. So I was determined to, you know, through the Spirit of the Most High, Lord willing, endure that naturally.
Yeah, and I think what also encouraged me to do it naturally was because when we look at the Bible, there's not like actual long birth stories in there and like midwives and doulas and but that goes without saying. There's nothing new under the sun, and there wasn't hospitals and doctors buildings decades ago when the Bible was being written in those actual biblical times. So they were doing births by themselves. And even when you talk to midwives that are probably did birth in other countries, and even just do your research, in other countries, they do that stuff naturally. Like they don't do that stuff with all these interventions. Like America is the only country that do all these interventions. Hold on, we need to C-section. Hold on, we need to give you this. We need to give you that. And they do it with no questions asked. They tell you what they're going to do. That's why we say, if you're going to go to the hospital, and we're not bashing if you choose to do that. What works for you, works for you. But if you're going to go to the hospital, know your rights, know how they move, know how they operate in there. And something that if sisters should consider if you're going to the hospital is when you get there, they're not just gonna, oh, let's put you in a room. They're gonna ask you some questions first. And if you're like at the end of your labor and the baby coming, it might not be expedient. So if you're gonna go to the hospital, do your research and go early. Do your research, go early. And just know your rights. Know your rights. Because they do a lot of things differently. And like we said, we're not bashing anybody, but just know what you're getting yourself into. And so that way you can be in control of your birth and have the birth that you desire, you've been praying for, most high willing. But like I said, what encouraged me to do a natural was just knowing like that's what our foremothers did. There wasn't epidurals back then. There wasn't shots going up your back then. There wasn't pills back then. Those things weren't a thing back then. So If they could do it, we can do it through the Spirit.
Come on.
And I wanted to just be able to say, I did it naturally through the power of the Most High.
Yep.
Through the power of the Most High, I delivered my baby with no medicine. And I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, I can't do this. Like when I was in labor, when I was getting in the transitional stage, and that transitional stage ain't no joke. For me, it wasn't no joke. I was telling her, I was like, I can't do this, bro. I can't do this. I was ready. I literally, in my mind, I was thinking, y'all can take me to the hospital. Because this shit, y'all can, y'all can take me. Like, I was going to ask for some medicine. But what's funny is, soon as, and I did a video about this, a spiritual lesson, soon as I was thinking those thoughts, a few seconds later, she came out. So sometimes you feel like you can't do it and you're so close to the end. Sometimes you feel like you can't do it, but you're so close to what you've been praying for. You're so close to getting that blessing. You're so close to that reward Most High was in. And she was so close and I didn't even know it. So Lord willing, sister can take something out of that. But my birth story, if you were done, my birth story, my water broke at 9. I screenshot it. I'm so glad that I was texting sisters throughout the whole process because I'm able to go back and look at moments when my water broke when I texted my midwife. My water broke at 9:46 in the morning on March 7th, 2024. And I was cleaning the bathroom. And this big gush go down my leg. It's warm. It feels like goo. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. I'm like, what the heck, bro? I mean, it just came out of nowhere. Like, I had no symptoms that day. I mean, I was probably like in early labor like the whole week before because I had been having contractions. And early on, contractions feel like period cramps. And I had them for like a week straight. And I was thinking she was going to come soon. Like, I knew she was coming soon. And her expected due date was March 11th, but she came March 8th, so she came 3 days early. But I was peeing so much. Like, I could tell my body was getting ready because I was peeing like crazy. I was just drained. I was tired. I was having contractions. And I started to time them the week. And the week before she came. And some of them were kind of like consistent and some of them weren't. So I knew it wasn't there yet, but we were getting close. And it kind of was a little discouraging. But I was so ready to meet her and so ready for her to be here. I was like, dang, bro, like, we ain't hear that yet. But patience, pregnancy is a big patience test. If my sisters can tell you, like, I was in denial. I was like, this baby ain't coming soon. Because our Purim was March 9th, right? And Nicanor. So Feast of Destruction of Nicanor was March 8th. And Purim was March 9th and March 10th. And so I was in charge of cooking one of the meals for the feast. And so I was like, so in the night that she was coming because I was like, no, bro, like, I know I got to cook this food. You know, I'm supposed to be hosting. And we probably shouldn't have had it. Like, we probably shouldn't even been on the host list, to be honest. But I didn't think she was going to come. But then again, I kind of felt like she was. But it's okay. Live and learn. But I was like in denial, like, y'all and I can tell you. And another sister, they can tell you, like, I was on the phone with them, still trying to figure out. I was like, okay, look, I can make it real quick. And then, like, or one of y'all can come get the ingredients and then y'all can make it. And then we were trying to, I'm over here still trying to piece together how we're going to get this food done. Like, in denial, like, I ain't gonna have this baby while she in labor. But at this point, I was like, yeah, we probably gonna have this baby. So my water broke. I guess I was just telling myself, like, okay, my water broke. It could be days. It doesn't mean it has to be now. It could be days, but that wasn't my reality. I was delulu. I was delulu. But yeah, I'm in the bathroom just casually and my water broke. And I'm like, what the heck? My head was at work. I was home alone, and I would tell sisters to plan. Prep as much as you can. Do some freezer meals. I wouldn't stress about things like having all these clothes and having all these toys, because that's what I was doing a little bit. But honestly, when your baby first come out, all they need is their mama and some food and a diaper. That's it. You the food, the mama. I mean, you all they need. You got the milk, you got the comfort, you got the love, the warmth, you got everything. And the doctor and their daddy, of course, that's all they need. That's all they need when they first come out. And I'm not, and nothing's wrong with wanting to get your baby room ready. So by all means, but don't stress about it.
Right.
And if you're gonna do it, don't wait till the last minute like me. I didn't start doing that stuff since I was about 30 weeks. Like I was nesting late, and she can tell you because she drove from Tallahassee, Florida to come help me nest. So shout out to the real one on personal side.
Okay.
But yeah, don't wait till the last minute like me. Don't just step out. I was building dressers when I was getting 36, 37 weeks. So just just nest early if you can.
Yeah. Cause your belly gonna be so big, and you're not really supposed to be doing all that.
Yeah, you're really not
Bending and
you're really not
getting you here. You supposed to be getting your rest.
Yeah.
As much as possible for the baby count. So
Yeah.
definitely try to do it as early as possible, so you don't have to cram. That's just for anything though. Pregnant or not pregnant.
Yeah.
Try it. If you don't gotta cram. Don't.
Yeah, and that's something I'm learning even now in this season. I mean, I want to do things more in a timely manner and not feel like I'm rushing and doing things at the last minute because it's stressful. It takes the fun and peace out of things.
Yeah.
But I was going to say something else. Yeah, I would tell Sis prep like we didn't have a car seat the day my water broke. We didn't have a car seat at the time just due to money being tight and so our personal time mother-in-law, she stays very close. So I actually wrote out a list of things for her that we needed for her to get at the store. And car seat was one of them. So our personal time, we ended up having a car seat when she came out, but we didn't need it. And I guess my thought process was, we'll need this car seat, you know. I got faith everything will fine. And that's okay to have faith. You know, our personal time definitely have faith, but also, you know, there's nothing wrong with having wisdom and being prepared for any possible outcome. You know, Lord forbid something happen, we need to transport the baby car seat. But I mean, some people might choose to just hold the baby in arms if they choose to do that because they're so small. But you know, there's nothing wrong with using wisdom, being prepared for any possible outcome. Our person most high, we didn't car seat that, and I actually the car seat that we had was just something just for the moment. We actually ended up getting a refund and getting what we actually wanted. So our person most high, excuse me. So our person most high was able to get an even flow, like stroller combo, bassinet, love it. But anyways, I had my mother-in-law go to the store for me. So let me backtrack. Water broke 9 some in the morning. And now on the phone with sisters, on the phone with sis y'all 9, sis Ashley, just trying to get together this feast. And they was like, girl, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You need to be focused on getting ready for labor and things like that. And I was like, okay. I finally was like, okay. I was actually about to go to the store myself and get everything I needed, but sisters was recommending me not to do that because anything could pop off. And they were right. So and so I called my head, told him I was in my water broke, and he came home. He got home around 1 p.m. His mom came over, I think around 12 or 1 to, she went to the store and brought me over a water hose around 12. And I took a shower around 12. She brought over a water hose, I took a shower at 12. And then, yes, she came over around 12, brought me a water hose because I needed it for my water birth. I needed it for the birth. I had my birth at home, our person most time. And then she came back. She went back home, and then she brought over the water hose. Yes. And then I think that's when I gave her the list of stuff. Yes, that's correct. She brought over the water hose first because she went and got on my I'm trying to remember.
She said, yes.
And then I gave her a list of things I needed at the store. And she, after work, she got up at 4. She went to the store and got everything I needed. Our person most high, because worst come to worst, the stuff I needed wasn't like immediate stuff I needed during the birth, but the water hose is what we needed for the birth. Mm-hmm. So that was a smart call. We got the water hose, and then she went and got everything else. So she ended up coming back around 6-7 p.m. and this one now contractions was amping up. I didn't start, my water broke at 9, but I didn't start getting contractions till maybe 10, 11, and at that they were minor period cramps. And y'all know we're here like, oh, okay, they going smooth for you. Okay, cool, yeah.
But she was chilling
until they weren't.
She was chilling
until they weren't. I was chilling because they felt like just minor period cramps, but baby, somewhere in the middle, I don't know what struck and what happened, but something happened in that process, and they went from minor period cramps to feeling like, I honestly don't even know how to explain contractions except just hard pressure. Like the feeling is exactly how it sounds. It sounds like your body's contracting. Like it just sounds like a lot of pressure just doing this squeezing. And for me personally, they were very painful. I don't wish it on my worst enemy. I'm being so for real. But the Most High, His strength, man, He got me through because boy, that wasn't no joke. Okay, whew, boy. But yeah, I started having like, yeah, my first minor contraction was around 10 a.m. And I mean, I cooked me some turkey sausage and some eggs, and I ate that around 11 a.m., 12. I took a shower, and around 1, 2 p.m., I was in bed eating crackers, just laying down. And during the contractions, at that point, they were starting to amp up. Around 1 to 2 p.m., they were starting to amp up just a little bit, and they went from mild contractions to maybe a little bit more. And so at that point, I went on the couch around, I don't even know. I want to say maybe 3, 4. My head got home around 1 or 2. I went on the couch maybe around 3, 4. I did a birth wall 2 weeks before the birth, and I wrote out biblical birth positive affirmations, things like you can do this, for your high Shema Shai, I can do all things through Christ. Trust your body, trust the Most High, breathe. I have Proverbs 31. She girded herself, she girded her loins, you should strengthen on her clothing. She shall rejoice in time to come. I had all these different biblical affirmations on the wall with some LED lights, and I'm just showing a picture real quick.
Yeah, it's on the thumbnail too.
Yeah, it's on the thumbnail as well. You're okay. Yeah. So that's how I had my birth set up through the Spirit, and this was the pool that my midwife brought that I actually didn't even. That is so rude. But yeah, so what was I saying? Before that. I had the LED light set up or whatever, and my head, we had some incense burning, he had some music going in the back, and it was so lovely. Our person was high. It was just a vibe. It was a vibe. And we were praying, we prayed, and we just asked him how to guide us, to grant us a healthy, safe baby delivery. We have been praying that the whole pregnancy as well. And the Most High really was with us. And I was in the cat and cow position on the couch. You don't know what that is, Google it, or we can just share the screen real quick.
I think that's the position I gave birth into on my knees. Excuse me.
How do you add a tab on here? What type of stuff?
Right here. Then go back.
What is this? This is a little fancy. Child. So yes, I was doing something like this on the couch. But my chest area was on the couch. Like my breasts were on the couch, but my back behind area was up in the air. So like dog style. And then like when a contraction would come, I would lift up and get in this exact position. I just rock. I would rock side to side, front and back, because that's what helped me. My doula, she called it a ritual, like basically something that's your thing in birth, and that was my thing until it wasn't, because at one point it just stopped working. I don't know what happened, but you just gotta find what works for you, and you'll find in that moment trust. In that moment, you'll most highlight to tap into what really helps you get through and focus through contractions. And so around like 6 o'clock, it was up. And it was intense. Yeah. From 6 o'clock until I had Brielle, it was just pure pain. But I don't want it to sound like it was just terrible, because it was beautiful, but it was intense. It was very intense. And them contractions was just amping up. I'll call my midwife around I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, guys. Just bear with me. Y'all get it just though. I called my midwife around 10 in the morning and was just letting her know my water broke, and she was like, okay, just keep me updated. I mean, well, she very cool, laid back. She's a very hard worker though. She's very tough love, but she wasn't too much tripping. Just keep me updated if anything pop up. And I was like, okay. And so, what?
It was bothering me. I was like, this midwife is too chill for me. What do you mean? But hey, she made it in time. More faith, more time.
She did. Every midwife is different.
Yes. Yes.
Also because I think I forgot something that Kayla says something. I forgot, but it makes perfect sense with what we were just saying. But I think because like I don't know, I think it's like water breaking don't always mean baby's coming right then and there. So I guess you're just trying to test the waters and see, but
I've had experience.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, my water broke. It was up and it was stuck. It was up and it was up and up and it was stuck. So it was up from there. But yeah, and then I was just keeping her in the loop about my contractions, how far they were. So around 8:30, my doula got there. My doula Slovakia, and at that point, still the contractions were tense. I mean, the contractions they were just getting worse. Like, and not worse. Like, they were getting worse. The pain was just amping up. They were getting more intense. It was just getting tough, and it wasn't easing up. Like it was just a do 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 do. But the thing about a contraction is you have your peak. So it starts off, and then your contraction goes to the highest point, and it's there for a minute. Enduring, breathing, and it goes back down. So think of like a so like it starts, it goes up, peak, highest moment, and it goes down. So that's how contraction is. But anyways, when my doula got there around 8:30, both of my midwives got there around, and my midwives are both sisters are praise the Most High. Not in the faith, but both sisters are praise the Most High. But both of my midwives got there around the same time, like late 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I was still in active labor at that point. I didn't go into transitional probably until like 12 in the morning because I had Brielle at 2:06 in the morning, March 8th, 2024. Our person was high. So I don't even know what time I went to transition. Like my phone, I didn't care about nothing but enduring. I just wanted to make it out. I just wanted to get it over with. My labor was 16 hours. 16 hours. So our person was high and that's not including when my water broke. It's including my first contraction until the time Brielle came out, which is about 16 hours. And it was a very long process. I remember just saying like, I'm just ready to go to sleep. I'm just ready to have Brielle. I just want to go lay down and go to sleep. And my mom, she was like, girl, you sleeping for the next 20 years, for the next 18 years. But I was just tired. I was just ready to be over with. Like, I was just ready to have this baby. But around 8 o'clock, around 10 o'clock, my midwives got there and they were putting pressure on me. They were filling up the pool with like boiling hot water, and they had the water heater in there because they had to fill up with boiling hot water to keep it warm, and then they had the water heater. And like, no, it wasn't like extremely hot. It was like, I don't know how they did it. It was just like perfect. Because like first they filled it up they filled it up with my water from the tub, and that's why we needed the water hose. But my hot water heater ran out at our home, and so we didn't have enough hot water to fill up the pool. And so they started boiling hot water and putting it into the pool, and then that made the water more warm because the water from the tub started to get cold, and it was no longer that hot for me. And so they started putting boiling hot water in there. And honestly, the water. So I got in the pool maybe around 11 o'clock, and honestly, to each his own. It just wasn't helping me. Like the water was helping me for a moment, like it was helping me, but my contractions were so intense, like they were just very intense for me. They were very, very intense. And it's only by the grace and mercy of the Most High that I got through, because it was very, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was just, it was painful. And so, I was just, my head was just pouring water on me. Like, like,
On your head?
yeah, my head was pouring water on me because I needed water, man. I needed something on me. Like, he was pouring water on literally on my head. Like, when you're in labor, whatever helps, do it. That's the mindset we in. Like, he's pouring just cup. Like, at that point, they told him to stop using the cup and like do like a pitcher, something bigger. Just pouring it, and
Cold water?
No, it was hot water.
Pour hot water on your head?
Yes, it was feeling amazing at the time.
Wow.
Not like steaming hot, but it was not cold. It was like warm, hot water. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Just pouring it on me, and I had twisting in my hair at the time, and I kept doing this like the whole time. And my hair kept splashing and hitting my midwives. And I look back on the video, just funny. Like, I wasn't meaning to do that to them. It was helping me at that moment. Like, I just needed to do something that was helping me. I'm still in the pool on cat and cow, just rocking. And every time, like, at some point, I was just like, imagine yourself laying in a bed. Like, I was in the pool, just laid out, just like I was in a bed or something. I just laid out in the pool. And I'm just like, man, I'm going to get this over with. And the water was feeling good at the moment because I was so cold also. Like, I was cold. And so I wanted any inch of hot water to get it on me. Pour it on my back. He was pouring it on my back. And he was trying to help with the pressure, but it just wasn't helping. So I was telling my midwives was taking, both of my midwives and my doula was tag teaming, taking turns, giving me pressure, I mean, that pressure, boy, that pressure feel good, boy.
Feel good. The double hip squeeze.
Whew.
That's what.
And then at one point, my midwives, we were standing up, and I was standing up, and I'm hugging like one of them from the front, and then the other one from the back is giving me pressure, and I'm just rocking, and they're rocking with me. We rocking together. And anything that they needed to do, they asked me for my consent first. They were like, "Do you mind if we?" They were checking throughout labor periodically. The only thing they did was checking to see how she was handling the contractions. Did your people do that too?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And so they would just take the Doppler and put it down in my stomach to see, if she was okay with the contractions, like were they affecting her, if she was okay, just to check her heart rate and her heartbeat and things like that. And they asked me for my consent, and I was fine with it. Yeah, that's the only thing they did. I would say the big difference between hospitals and like home births and birth centers, they don't intervene. They don't intervene unless you ask them. The only thing they do is probably about checking the baby heart rate, and they ask you at that. But that's the only thing that they did. Anything else was they didn't really do nothing. And I was like, I asked my midwife, and I was like, when can I push? She was like, you tell me. This your birth. You push when you feel like it. And so really was just trusting my body, because I really didn't know when to push. We're gonna get to that in a minute. But, okay, I'm trying to speed up because we got questions to get. I'm trying to speed it up. But so yeah, like they were pouring water on me, and then at some point I had to use the bathroom really bad. Like, I had diarrhea a lot during my labor, so I had to go running. I was running back to the toilet. But then when I got out the hot water, I was shivering. And so our person was hot. They put some blankets in their dryer and got it like beaming hot for me. And they wrapped me in the blanket and they walked with me. And then when I went to the bathroom, of course, I get a contraction on the toilet. The worst contraction in your entire life. Do not contract on the toilet. It is the worst.
It hurts very bad.
It's not fun. I don't know what about that position on the toilet. It's not it. And I hated going to the bathroom when I was in labor because I knew I was going to get a contraction. And I was trying so hard to like hurry up and use the bathroom, but I mean, I couldn't rush it. But and then like I ain't gonna lie, like the worst for me during labor was like when I was in the bathroom finishing the bathroom, I would get a contraction like as I'm standing up, and I'm in the bathroom leaning over the sink like it's rocking.
You gotta breathe through
them. I'm telling you, breathing helped me. I'm talking about. When you get that moment, you're going to know, just breathing. And Fast forward, so at some point, after the bathroom, I eventually just sat on the couch. I was like, I'm tired of the water. I'm hot. So I ended up sitting on the couch. And at this point, I'm cold. Like, I'm just shivering. So I was just hot, and now I'm cold. But at this point, I think I was really, really hot. Like, I was on and off, hot, cold. But at some point, I got out the water because I was hot. So I was really, really hot. I was sweating, and I was like, I'm done with the water. And then I threw up. I threw up. Oh, because when my mother-in-law brought the stuff for me from the store, she brought me some fruits. I had some peach, I had some oranges and pineapples because you need energy. You need to eat something. You need to drink something. You need your energy, and you need to be resting as much as possible before the baby comes. And that's when my water broke. I was just kind of just chilling and relaxing. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm just gonna lay down because it was no more than 9, and at that point, the baby was coming, and she was ready to make her debut. Okay, and I threw all of that stuff up. And so once I threw up, once I was shivering and I was hot, I was like, yeah, that water, I'm done with that. And I'm just sitting on the couch. I'm just something that I did a lot. I was rubbing my knees with my hand. Don't know why, but I guess that just helped me somehow. I'm just rubbing my hands on my knees and I'm rocking back and forth and breathing. That's something I did a lot. Like even I was on the I was on the medicine ball, but not for too long because I just didn't like that position and I felt like any type of upright position made the contractions worse. But once I got out of that pool, I was just sitting on the couch because I really didn't have no other place to go. I didn't have no other choice. And so what helped me a lot during my birth personally was a lot of rocking and swaying side to side, breathing, breathe. And I was doing a lot of rubbing on my knees. But at some point I just was like, I want to go to my bed. I just want to go to my bed. And my doula was like, you really want to go to your bed? I was like, yeah. She's like, okay, well, it's ready for you. They already had the bedroom set up for me. And so we transitioned from the living room to my bedroom. And there was no more giving birth in the living room with the water because my plan was a water birth, Lord willing. But I was hot. I was throwing up. I was shivering. I was shaking. That's when I was in that transitional phase. Actually, let me see if I have like a type of like a time. So around like 12, 11, Shalawam, around like 11 p.m., 12 a.m., around like 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. was when I went into that transitional phase. And so yeah, I was doing a lot of shaking and stuff like that. And then we went transition to my bedroom, still in cat and cow, rocking back and forth. And at that point, my mucus plug came, and bloody show. Actually, it was a bloody show. Eventually, my bloody show came, and I remember sister telling me when a bloody show come, the baby's coming. And so I just knew she was coming soon, and it was I was so excited to see the blood. I was like, okay, she's coming. And you just gotta listen, and you gotta just be in tune with your body, man, because I didn't know when to push, like mentally, but my body knew. Like it was just my body just knew when to push, and she was just coming. Like the baby was just coming, and I did just a few big pushes, like on my hands and knees. I was on all fours doing big pushes, and at one point, this is the position I was in. So I ended up being in this position on my bed. I was on cat and cow. I was on all fours, but eventually I just wanted to lay down. And my midwife told me that was actually a great position. So that's the spirit. She told me to stay in it. I stayed in it because that's what was comfortable for me. So honestly, for the rest of my labor, I was in this position. I would only get in cat and cow when like an intense contraction came to like rock back and forth. But even then at that, I just stayed in this position. I was on all fours doing big pushes, but then I pushed her out also in this position. I was doing pushes in this position and in the cat and cow. And I maybe had like 4 or 5 big pushes. And I was asking my midwife, I was like, do you see her head? And so I kind of just put my finger on my vagina just to see if I felt her head. And I felt her head. I was like, okay, she's okay. She almost here. And so I was just doing big pushes. And I went from this position and they turned me over on my back. And I wasn't laying flat on my back. I just kind of was like, I was like in a 45 angle, sitting up degrees. I pushed her head was coming out, ring of fire, terrible. I was like, it burns. And I was like, it's supposed to push. And so I'm pushing her. Her head came out.
Relief.
Relief. they just
no
got
type of relief than that, man.
just the baby, that just her body next, and then she was there, man. It was like she didn't come out screaming or crying. I mean, she came out quiet. She came out quiet, and that was that, man. My baby was here. I praised him Most High. I was so filled with joy. It reminds me of this precept. I think it's John 16:32. 16:21. A woman, when she is in travail, has sorrow because her hour is come, but as soon as she is delivered of a child, she remembers no more the anguish for joy that a man is born into the world. So, that's true. When that pain and all that stuff go out the window when the baby comes. And she was there, and I thought I was done. It's like I had to push the placenta out.
I think that part was just as bad, if not worse, for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was painful, like them pressing like on my stomach and trying to like make sure like all the blood and all the whatever is inside me out. That was so freaking painful.
Yeah,
I hated that part. And the craziest part about it is during my pregnancy, that's the part that I was terrified most about. It wasn't pushing the baby out, it was the placenta, because I always heard people be like, yeah, bro, it's the worst part, they're pressing on you, and they gotta. And I guess just I was psyching myself out because the thought of an organ detaching itself from my insides and then coming out it was horrifying to me. So, well, it wasn't as bad as it actually was, but it was still pretty bad for me.
Pushing it out wasn't that bad for me, but my midwife, she started to press down on me, and I pushed. I really didn't. I was just tired, man. Like my baby, she just. I mean, hey, everybody.
Different. It was satisfying when it came out. It kind of felt like a.
But yeah, like my midwife, she was pushing down on my stomach, and just that area to make sure it was out. And I was just exhausted. I was like, bro, like, oh my goodness, I just want to lay down. Like, dude, I was tired. Like, I'm like, I gotta push them out.
Yeah, you gotta push it out too.
And I knew I would have to push the percent out, but I was just like, oh my gosh. So, I push it out, and I'm pushing, and I wasn't pushing as hard as the baby, but I'm just putting like, oh, I'm just pushing. Let this thing come out.
I'm just tired. It's just like, bro.
Yeah, and then. She didn't think all of it came out. She stuck her fingers up my coop. Stuck it up there. And just to make sure that it was all, I'm talking about she's digging in there, getting it out at the same time, pressing down on me. I'm like, oh, this is so uncomfortable. Like,
because they got to make sure there's nothing left in there.
Yeah, because it can because
it's going to get an infection.
Yeah, it could cause an infection. And it was actually some stuff still in there. So our person Most High, she did that, and she got the rest of it out. And she's like, see, it came out. And I was like, whew, all praises. And that's not even the worst part. Had to go pee after.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I had to pee after. I'm not sure.
I had to pee because
I remember making
they had to make me pee because they want to make sure that you didn't like have a hemorrhage or have all this excess bleeding, or what they have all this excess bleeding. Excess bleeding. So peeing was like, it felt like a huge burn. It was so uncomfortable. But that Perry bottle, y'all, clutch.
Yeah.
Get you a Perry bottle. That thing is a lifesaver. You know what a Perry bottle is? Let me show y'all.
Very clutch.
This is a Perry bottle. Peeing after felt amazing. That's wild.
I really can't remember.
This is a Perry bottle. See, everybody different, but yes, I did tear. I tore. I had 2 small tears, but not nothing for stitches. There was just 2 small baby tears. And actually, okra water and like red berry rat leaf tea, those things help prevent tears. Do those things because I did not do those things. Everybody was telling me to. I just didn't get around to it. Every time I went to the store, I would forget to get the okra, and I was like, bro, I couldn't have the baby anyways. Forget it. So I didn't do it, but I did drink my red berry leaf tea though. I did do that. I drank that with hibiscus tea. I drank that starting around 30-something weeks. I drank that faithfully. But I didn't do dates. because I hate dates and I was not gonna eat something that I hated. I'm sorry. Dates are disgusting. But you can put them in stuff like smoothies. You can make like snacks with them. There's a lot of things you can do with them. They say like pineapple water and something else helps. Pineapple and coconut water, something helps. There's so many things that can help you during labor. You need to do your research. Y'all need to do your research. And something that a quick testimony for me during my pregnancy, I had high blood pressure and it was stressful because it's like I was trying and it felt like I just wasn't doing enough and I would cry and it just I eventually it was but yeah, it wasn't a good feeling. It wasn't a good feeling because it just I was like, bro, like I'm literally trying my best. But I just had to realize like it was out of my control. Like I'm trying my best, leave it in the most high hands. Like eventually I was drinking hibiscus tea, but then come to find out I was drinking the wrong hibiscus. Like I wasn't drinking like real herbal loose leaf. And so my midwife, she bought me some herbal loose leaf tea, all person was high. And I was drinking that and I'm praying and I'm praying and I'm praying. And I just, at one point, I did start to lose the faith. Not even going on. I was like, dang, bro, like, my blood pressure still not going down. My midwife was talking about having to transfer me. And I was like, I don't want to get transferred. Like, I want to do it at home. Like, I don't want to have no backup plan. But I was determined to have it at home. Like, I want to have this birth at home. Lord willing, I'm praying for this. I prayed for my entire pregnancy. Like, I really wanted that. And the Most High gave me the desires of my heart because my blood pressure went down. Ooh, 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 ooh. And of course, I had to change my diet. I was trying to eat more healthier. I was drinking water like every day. I was like, the beginning of my pregnancy, I was BS on my eating, not gonna lie. But around second trimester, I was trying to be more mindful, like my salt intake. I was trying to, be more mindful of the things I was eating because I don't want my blood pressure to be worse. Like faith without works is that I had the faith, but I had to have it works as well. So I was trying to be mindful of like salt and things that I was eating because I wanted my blood pressure to go down. I was drinking the tea. I was praying. I think I fasted on it. My blood pressure was like 130, 131, 132, 127. And they went down to like 120, 115, 113. So Most High really worked. Like it was on the Most High. All praise to the Most High, Habashimah Shai. So I didn't get transferred to the hospital. I ended up being able to do it at home, healthy. My baby was healthy, and same with my family. My oldest brother, and people in the world like they don't really like they mean well. They just doing what they know. They're not used to home births. They used to going to the hospitals and letting these people do whatever they want to you. They're not used to being in control of their birth and their body and things like that. And so when they say things like, you sure you need to do it at home? Yes, it's Satan hopping on them to try to get you like faith. But then again, they mean well in a sense of that, and where they're coming from, they mean well because that's what they're used to. And so my family was a little worried. It was like, that's a big deal, Mackenzie. Like birth is, you could die in labor. You shouldn't do it at home. But hey, the Most High was with me. I'm pressing on the side. Me and my baby came out alive, healthy. She's been healthy, no complications. It's all praise to the Most High. I even had to take because my blood pressure is so high, I had to do a 24 urine examination, and I didn't have preeclampsia. So all praise to the Most High. It was only the Most High that helped my blood pressure go down. Like, cause sisters know, I was going through it. Like my faith wasn't all the way there, like it should have been. I had wavering faith. Not gonna lie, I ain't gonna lie. Like I had faith at one moment, and at one moment, I'm just like, dang, bro. Like I would get sad. I was like, dang, man, my blood pressure's still going down. It's like I was trying, but all praise to the Most High. Now we're here. Most High allowed my blood pressure to go down, and then, it's all praise to the Most High because Satan will hop, and he will hop, and spirits of doubt might try to come, especially from others. But you have to stand firm in your faith and believe in our God, Yahweh Shema Shai, because as long as we keep His commandments and things like that, He's gonna make a way for us. But I think that's pretty much it as far as my birth story. It was beautiful. I praise the Most High. It was beautiful. I'd do it again. Although the contractions were painful, I'd do it again, Lord willing. No time soon. Hopefully not.
Okay.
But me personally, for my postpartum, definitely have the baby blues. I think every woman gets the baby blues, which is like just a mild form of postpartum. But and it's not as long as postpartum depression. It's like just maybe like 2 weeks, maybe shorter for some. But I had baby blues, and I felt like the first 2 weeks were very, very hard for me personally. I felt like that spiritual warfare was on another level, and it was Passover season. My Passover was like 3 weeks later. It just was sifting season plus postpartum. It was a lot. It was spiritual warfare. Like I cried a lot. I was angry. I was just rude. I was mean. I was all over the place, and I was it was a mess. Suicidal thoughts. I mean, these are things that are real. So these things we gotta talk about. It was bad, but the Most High got me through. All praise to the Most High. I was praying like crazy because I knew it was the Most High that was gonna be able to deliver me. So all praises to the Most High for His strength to get me through. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. For my sisters that are postpartum right now, it's not easy, but I pray the Most High be with you, sisters. And for the sisters that are pregnant, I pray that the Most High be with y'all during your pregnancies. The best piece of advice that we can give y'all, speaking from experience, is keep the Most High first. Pray, 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 because everything is of the Lord. The Most High can do anything. You just have to believe. There is nothing too hard for the Most High. All things are possible without believers. Whatsoever things you desire, pray and believe in, you will receive, as Yahweh Shai said. So that's the best piece of advice I can give to sisters. Stay prayed up and keep the faith, because the Most High will be with you and He will guide you, and it'll be a beautiful birth, the Most High willing. And even when postpartum come, lean on the Most High for strength, because only the Most High is going to get you through it. And me personally, my family lived 15 hours away. In my head family, they're close. So for me personally, my postpartum felt very lonely. It felt very lonely, and I would just say you need a village. You need a village. You need support. You need help. Ask. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask people to come over and cook and clean for you. Maybe set some things up in advance. Designate some chores to people. Okay, like boom, you got week 1, you're gonna cook and clean, and boom, mother-in-law got week 2, then boom, week 3, my mom got week 3. My parents did come down for like 4 or 5 days, and they were amazing. They were just very helpful. They put together the car seat, my mom cooked and cleaned, just amazing. They brought food from my grandma. She brought some homemade spaghetti. It was amazing. Y'all and I came over. She cooked and she cleaned my house. She cooked one of my favorite meals. My favorite meals: baked chicken, mashed potatoes, and squash. One of our favorite meals ever. It was just so amazing. I mean, those mashed potatoes are just to die for. Like they were amazing.
You're funny.
But in both of us during our pregnancies, everything we got a gift.
Yep.
A gift. My sister asked me, "What did you buy for you?" But nothing. Everything was a gift. From the dresser, from the bassinet, from the car seat and stroller. The only thing me and my head came out of pocket for was the car seat and stroller and the baby carrier that we wear to put her on. And even at that, my parents were half with us on that. Everything else was a gift. Her clothes were a gift. Even storage, like the 3-tier cart in her room where I keep her diapers, and her white warmer was a gift. Her white warmer was a gift. Our decorations were a gift. Her crib was a gift. Her dresser was a gift. The bouncer was a gift. The swing was a gift from this house of Aliyah. That was a gift. Well, I didn't mean to slip you good.
And that was a gift to me.
Yeah, everything was a gift. Like my pump was a gift. I even got a free handheld breast pump from the health department because I'm with WIC. If you're able to get WIC and food stamps, get it. Okay, get it. Everything was a gift. Like anything I'm thinking, like her hygiene, her soap, her diapers, her brush, shea butter, pure shea butter for her. Everything was a gift. I mean, the wrap to dry her bottles and stuff. Everything. Anything you can think about that she has, everything was a gift. Nothing came out of pocket. The baby camera, the thermometer. So I say all that to say, Psalm 37:25. Let me get it. This is Psalms 37:25. I have been young and I'm old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging bread. That goes without saying. When you keep these commandments, the Most High is not going to forsake you. He's going to make sure you have everything you need plus some. This is Ephesians 3:20. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. So the Most High is able to do exceedingly above what you think and pray for. Like He's able to do what you pray for, plus some that you never even thought about. Because that's how the Most High works. So faith without works is dead. You have to do your part. You have to do your part in serving the Most High. Reading, praying, studying, fasting, being built up, doing what's well pleasing in the sight of the Most High, keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments, and He's going to make a way for you. And the Most High gave me the desires of my heart. All praise to the Most High with my beautiful baby, the beautiful, perfect, amazing birth. Just, I mean, I was praying for an abundant milk supply. The Most High blessed me with that. And it's just all praise to the Most High. Psalms 37:3. Trust in the Lord and do good. So shall thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and He shall give the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in Him, He shall bring it to pass. It said, delight yourself in the Lord. To delight means to please. So when you please the Lord, hey, He's gonna make a way for you. He's gonna make a way for you. So keep the faith, because the Most High, He's just amazing, man. Like He's amazing. Everything was just a gift, and like I said, my pregnancy didn't go as planned because I didn't expect to have high blood pressure, but the Most High delivered me out of that. And even my breastfeeding journey, it's been and everything is spiritual, man. My breastfeeding journey has taught me so many spiritual lessons. It hasn't been going as planned either. My baby hasn't been able to really latch that well, but our person Most High, for my milk supply, I've still been able to pump and give her bottles, and just gotta be patient, because there's been many times I just want to give up with breastfeeding, because breastfeeding is a job. Being a mother is a job in general, and I'm not saying that in like a derogatory or disrespectful way, but it is hard. It is a job. It is not an easy task. It's hard work. Pumping and breastfeeding is another job on top of that. Like you have to pump and breastfeed every 2 hours. You got to feed on demand, and it's like they say, like calculating hours of breastfeeding, it's like 40 hours or more, like a week, ain't it?
Oh yeah, it's more than somebody working a 40-hour job.
Yeah, it's more. Mm-hmm. It's not. It's
like thousands of hours a year.
Yeah, it's not just something slight. It takes a lot of energy, and then like you can't do what you used to do when you weren't a mom. Because you got to be back in 2 hours to feed the baby. You can't just go out and do what you want to do, unless you give the bottles. But even still, the baby might cry for you. So it's like you have another responsibility that you have to account for, and that's what comes to being a mother. You playing around being grown, you gotta be grown when that baby comes. We're just being real.
Hey.
But I wanted to read Psalms 15:15. And call upon me in the day of trouble, I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. And so that just goes to show, any trouble that you have in your life, call upon the Most High, He's going to deliver you from it. The troubles I was having with my high blood pressure, the Most High delivered me from it. So whatever you're facing in your pregnancy, or even in your life in general, call upon the Most High, so He's able to get the glorification. And so we're able to say, our praise the Most High delivered me from that. Calling how about you not shot. But I think that was everything from like my pregnancy and birth. Is there anything else I'm missing? Because she was with me the whole time. I'll praise my life.
Oh, praise my life. Praise my life. Yeah, this you touched on a good bit of it. Just not to stress. Try not to stress, because stress plays a big role when you're pregnant, and even postpartum too. The babies can sense stress. And that just makes them even more upset. So you gotta try your best. Definitely a patience test. The Most High, hey, He can get you through anything. You see you fit to be a mom, hey, that means you can do it. And you gotta lean on that. Like the Most High has trusted me, even during labor. Like the Most High has trusted me with this baby. I can get through this birth. I can do it. I can do all things. Philippians 4:13. Through your house, shine, Mashiach, strengthening me. You can do this. A lot of times, like you touched on it, we stress, dang, my baby don't got this yet or that yet. And the Most High can literally put it on a random stranger. Literally, when I was pregnant, we had some Edomite neighbors that stayed next door to us. And they were like, oh, we're going to get something for the baby. Yeah. When a man's way please the Lord,
He make even his enemies at peace with him.
Okay? So literally, you got to have that faith, like the Most High got me. The Most High got this baby. Look.
That's His child.
Exactly.
That's the Most High seed child before it's ours.
Exactly.
Children are a gift and heritage, a reward from the Lord.
Exactly. So you gotta trust and believe that, hey, the Most High got this baby. Definitely got this baby. You know. So that's just something you gotta just keep in mind when you're pregnant. You know, I can do all things. The Most High will provide every needful thing in due season. And hey,
Con. Con definitely over the definitely birth and pregnancy is a lot of testimony, a lot of faith, it's a lot of patience
mm-hmm.
because doctors might say things and faith might be tried and tested, but you got to remember the Most High is in control. The Most High runs the show, and so you just have to continue to lean on the Most High and how about your Most High through it all. And like I was saying, don't wait to nest as late as I did. And I would also say. Like we should just saying, you might not have everything that you want, everything in your registry, but all the baby need is you and some Bibles. That's it. That's all. That's all. And when that time comes, like we don't have every single thing off of our registry, but we have everything that we need right now. We have more than enough. She has so many freaking clothes. She has clothes for days, bows. Like the Most High has made sure she has everything she needs.
Mm-hmm.
And then due season when the time comes for her to have the other stuff like toys, because I mean she's only 2 months, she need toys right now. Like, like when she starts to crawl and sit up, then we'll get those things like toys, and eventually she'll have every like the other things that we don't have. But in due season, everything's a season. But as right now in this season, she got everything she needs plus some. Um, she's surrounded by loved ones and things like that. Something I also would like to touch on is like like we were saying, postpartum it can be rough. So make sure you're like praying and fasting, and just doing a water fast. You have to, just doing something, and just try to stay connected with the Most High because the Most High is the only one that's going to get you through it. And eventually you'll look back and see how the Most High delivered you from that. Most definitely. I would also say set some boundaries. I would recommend setting a boundary list before the baby comes and possibly sending it out to loved ones before they come around because those boundaries will be they people will be two-stepping on the boundaries. Two-step.
On the boundary.
Yeah, so if you don't want things done, then you need to voice your opinion because people will do it. And sometimes they won't even mean any harm. They just don't know because you didn't say nothing. Sometimes they won't care, but you have to put those boundaries down. So, and if you or your family, you or your husband, if y'all choose to like do a no visitors for the first 2 weeks or do what y'all see fit. It's y'all baby. Because I know I fell a lot into the mine when I was pregnant a lot. And it's not my baby. It's me and my husband's baby because that's his seed. That's his seed. I carried her. So combined is our baby. That's his seed. So, take in consideration how your husband may feel about certain things. It's not just because I know like our husbands are the head, right? And they call all the shots, and respectfully so in righteousness. But I will say when we become pregnant, we feel like we get to call shots because you're the mom and you're carrying the baby. I know I fell victim to that. That's still not how it works. You know, he still gets the last say. So you can voice how you feel about something, and it's gonna feel different. That's because it's like this is a new territory, and it's like this my baby man. I ain't playing with my baby man. I don't want that, and you can respectfully voice that. There's a way to say it. I would appreciate if we did this. How do you think? How do you feel about this? I just really feel like this. And if he say yes, cool. I'll praise most high. If he don't, then hey, pray about it. But sometimes our husbands know best. Sometimes they know best. So we just gotta trust them, even if we don't agree. Sometimes they might be tripping. Just pray about it. But the most high will gonna be there regardless. So that's what I would say. I would just say, me personally, I know I fell victim to that. Like my, it's my baby, my baby, my baby. And this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. But I had to consider my head as well because it wasn't just my. That was his baby as well. That was our baby. It's not a me and his baby, that was our baby. That was his seed. And so his voice and his feelings, his opinion mattered just as much as I did. And that's something that I had to learn. And Lord willing, whenever we do have more, if that's the most high will, I can implement that better and be more considerate because I wasn't very considerate. I wasn't. So I would definitely give sisters that advice. Be considerate of how your head may feel and ask him how he may feel about things. Include him because it's not, and we unknowingly do it because, we're mothers and, we just carry this beautiful baby and you just want to do everything right for them. And you're just mama bear. You're overprotective. You're mama bear. And so, but that's still your husband's child as well. So.
Yeah, and being patient with them, because men, you know, it's different for men. You know, they're kind of like, you don't make your husband feel like an outsider because, you know, with mom and baby, you know, it's a bond. You know, you carried them for so long. You know, when they come out, it's like you already knew them too. At least that's how I felt. I was like, I already felt like I knew. I don't even remember being pregnant. As soon as you came out, pregnant, I don't even remember. But excuse me, but just being patient because they're new to parenthood too.
She's
Like it.
snoring.
Mm-hmm. But that's all I had.
Con. And we were just talking about this on our marriage tribulations video. Our husbands are learning just like good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll phrase this. They're learning just like we are. You know, this is their first go round just like we are. And if it's not, it's their first go round in the truth. You know, so you got to be patient with them. They might have some triggers from childhood. You never know. So be patient with your husband. Make him feel included. Don't make it feel like it's just you and baby thing because it's true. Duh, mom and baby, we're like this. We carried them, we pushed them out. She heard your heartbeat, and so sometimes, if not all the time, when the baby first born, baby's gonna want mom more than dad. And so just reassure your husband, like it's not personal, babe. You know, she just, um, it's nothing personal, babe. Like it's nothing personal. She's just used to hearing my heartbeat, and so she just wants to feel like that's what baby's used to. Just tell them, you know, that's what she's used to. She's just used to me, and so she just got to get used to you. And that's all that is. So give him some of that time with her or him. Like give him some of that time with baby. Like let him hold him. Let them give. Not let him or give because that's his baby too. He has the right, but make encourage. I say encourage. Encourage him to do skin and skin. Encourage him to hey, do you want to hold her? Encourage him to spend some time with her. You know, because baby y'all are both getting to know baby. Y'all are both trying to get the bond with baby, but baby and you already have that bond because y'all are mom. You know, your mom and baby. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I'm so grateful for my head with this beautiful seed. I love my baby so much. Our first most time most importantly, but that's what I would say as well. Definitely include your husband. But let's get on to the questions because it's about 8:40 and I'm hungry as heck. Stomach licking my rib cage. So first question. How did you get water out of baby nose? Okay, so I didn't have a water birth. That was my plan, but I was throwing up and hot, so I had my baby on my bed. Did your water get in your baby nose?
When my baby came out, I was on all fours, and my head actually caught the baby. So I don't think there was actually. There was a little bit. I think there was a little bit. My baby was born with her cord around her neck. It wasn't like a tight. I forget how they call it, but it wasn't tightly wrapped around her neck. But it was just they just had to kind of pull it over her head. And, she wasn't breathing exactly immediately. So, my midwife kind of just blew in the face, and then she let out the infamous cry. And yeah, so I think just getting like that little bowl.
I was just gonna say that.
And just you squeeze it and you put it to the nose and it sucks up the water.
Yeah.
So it's no big deal. Typically, if you have birth in a birth center or you have a midwife, typically they bring it with them.
Yeah.
If you choose to do unassisted, it's probably $1, if that, at the store, or you can buy it within. They have them within the baby kits, the baby health kits, hygiene kits.
I recommend getting one though.
Yes.
My midwife brought one, and of course it's ours now because nobody else want that.
Right.
But like I said, my baby, she came out not crying. Like my midwife described her just peaceful and calm, and she is a pretty calm baby. I mean, she got some lungs now. Yes. She got some lungs, but she did the bulb on her. I didn't deliver her water, but she did the bulb because she wasn't crying. Doctors. She's still a doctor, so. She's like, what's going on? And I have faith she's okay,
Mm-hmm.
But she eventually started crying, but it wasn't like a loud scream. Like she cried a little bit, but she came out pretty calm. So she used the bulb just to, stimulate her. But like I didn't have any water in my baby's nose, so I can speak from experience. But when I looked it up, they said, stimulate the baby, stroke them, gently, try to get them to scream and cry, do the bulb and get the water out. So that's what we recommend.
Mm-hmm. It's not too big of a deal because they were in a sack of water, so it's nothing to panic about.
Yeah,
because they're used to water.
Okay. Did you do water birth? And so was that like I did not do water birth, but she already talked about her water birth.
Yeah.
And what are some things that helped you? Things that helped me in my birth, like I said, rocking, breathing. If I could engrave breathing on your head, I would. Breathe, man, breathe. And Cat and Cow helped me rocking. I rocked a lot. Don't know why, but rocking just helped me. I'm just rocking, and I'm praying in my head during labor too. Like I'm praying, like I'm throwing up them prayers in my head, like Lord, please get me through this. Lord, please give me strength. Lord, please. I remember just saying out loud. I was just like, Lord, please give me strength. Lord, please give me strength. Lord, please give me strength. Like I'm just praying, like please get me through, because that's how intense it was for me. And I wanted to make it through. And even if it isn't that intense for you, be praying, like pray that the Lord get you through, because it's only of the Most High that we're able to get through that. Praying, and just like I told y'all, water's getting poured down on me, so that helped. Man, when I got to my bedroom, I told y'all I was in that Spider-Man position. Look, they put the fan on the bed. They had the fan on the bed, propped up with a pillow in front of me, blowing in my face. The air was blasting. My head was fanning me. My midwives, everybody was fanning me. My midwives, my doula. I was getting fanned with a fan in front of me. Air was blasting. I still was hot, sweating like crazy. That heat, when you're in labor, is no joke, okay? So that helped, I guess, fanning, prayer, rocking, and just trying to just stay motivated in my head, because I was going to check out. I was about to check out, and something my midwife said, well, she was like, a lot of her moms do that when they're close to the end, they check out and they don't even know they're almost there. But I was about to check out, like I was in my head, like telling myself, I was gonna ask for some medicine. Like I was in my head, like where the medicine at? Like you can get me out of here, cause. But all praise the Most High, she came shortly after. But I encourage you, don't give up. You almost there. Don't give up. When you feel like giving up in your birth, trust me, they're gonna be coming soon. So, but that's what helped me. What are some things that help you? Already talked about things that
lots of back pressure.
Yeah,
my head. I had him really just my lower back. Having that fist right there, applying that pressure.
This right here.
Yep. My midwife. She did the double hip squeeze. Basically where she just squeezing both my hips together, which helps. It just helps. I don't know too much to explain the science behind it, but it helps. What else helped me? I was just like her. Like when I got in that tub, I was like, Lord, please, Lord, please give me strength, please.
No lies, though.
It's funny now because we made it through, but in that moment, boy, you be Lord, please.
Man, that's all you saying. Like for real.
I just remember to ask the Lord for mercy.
Begging.
Lord, please have mercy on me.
Forgive me for everything.
Okay. Be like, dang, you be feeling like it's judgment right there. You be like,
no, and in a sense it is though. Yeah. It is though. Let me read this precept.
Yep. Lord, I was meditating on Philippians 4:13, all the little cards, because I had written out some index cards, like a whole bunch of precepts for like my head to read to me and stuff like that. And me personally, I just never got around to it. My eyes were closed literally 95% of my labor. I just couldn't open my eyes. I just couldn't. I just had to lock in, focus. My eyes had to be closed. I was doing some swaying too. I couldn't lay down. Laying down was absolutely painful, so I had to be standing or like bent over. It was intense. Or I had to be on my side. Even that was played out for a little bit. Water helped a little bit, and I think that's it. Yeah. Just that pressure, lots of pressure to my lower back, man.
Yeah.
And then just keep switching positions. I couldn't stay in the same position.
I couldn't either.
For too long.
It's like I was constantly moving.
Like I need to distract my body by moving. Like.
Yeah. And I think that's why I was rocking so much, because I
Mhm.
needed to move. Like I couldn't be still. I needed to just move.
Mhm. And then another thing that helped me is just thinking about, okay, contractions are really only like a minute long. So I'm just thinking to my head, like, I'm just breathing. If I can just breathe for a minute, I can do anything for a minute. I can do anything for a minute. I can get through this contraction just for a minute, and I'm gonna get a break.
Yeah, you're gonna get a
It's just
break.
for a minute, and I'm gonna get a break. That's what brought me through too.
And that's spiritual, because this affliction, it just be for a moment.
Yep.
Like the Most High, He gonna uplift you in due season.
That's right. And it's true. Hey, this captivity, just a moment.
Yeah.
Don't give up, cause we almost there. We almost there.
Yep. And that goes in hand with the exhortation I did earlier about let me just read it real quick. This is 1 Samuel 2:6 through 8. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and He has set the word upon them. This is 2 Corinthians 4:8-9. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. And in Psalms 30:5, for His anger endureth but a moment, and His favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. So weeping and pain and affliction is only for a moment. The Most High breaks you down just to build you back up. He brings low and He lifts up. So it's only for a moment. And that's how that contraction was. Like, it was low, it would go up, that peak, it'll come right back down. So everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. And I just had to, boy, man, birth is no joke. It's really not a joke. It's a lot, but I'm just so thankful to the Most High that we made it through. Did I read that precept in Genesis, or I got distracted? I didn't. Okay, Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman He said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception, and sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, he shall rule over thee. So it is judgment that we have pain and labor, because Eve went off, and so it is judgment that our birth is painful. And you feel it, okay? You feel it, because I'm literally like, ooh, I'm begging. So what helped me? Rocking, swaying, praying, water being poured, fanning. And my head was reading my birth affirmations, my biblical birth affirmations on our wall in our living room. Just also setting the vibe. Set the vibe, positivity, righteous spirits only, set your vibe how you want it, and
quiet.
However you want it.
Quiet. Don't nobody say nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
My midwives are talking a little bit much, and I was about to tell them, "Can y'all be quiet?" Like rude.
Okay. Yeah.
But I was gonna say something else. But yeah, I just was praying a lot, like, Lord, please. At some point, that's all I was saying. Lord, please, Lord, please, Lord, please, give me strength. That's all I could say. That's all I could say. But kind. But kind, y'all, our person was high. But there were all the questions we had, and we're pretty much done. So if anybody had any last questions, feel free to ask. But we just wanted to get on here, share our birth story, testimonies, some testimonies in our pregnancy, and answer any questions that your sisters may have had. So kind. My baby's starting to get a little fussy. But birth and pregnant and motherhood, it is gonna seem a little nervous, a little nerve-wracking and scary. I'm not gonna lie, because I even had doubts before I had Brielle. My daughter's name is Brielle. I even had doubts. I was nervous before birth, when, like, because 40 weeks, it seems like a long time when you first found out you're pregnant. And it feels slow, especially towards the end. But when we were starting to get closer to the end, like that third trimester, I was questioning, like, dang, bro, I'm really gonna give birth. And I had no choice. Like, it's like, and we don't believe in abortions, of course, that's wicked. But my mom was like, dang, I really gotta have this baby. Like, I'm finna have this baby. Like, there's no escaping this. I'm nervous. I'm scared. And those feelings are normal, but we don't want to give in to fear because, 2 Timothy 1:7, for how have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of sound mind. And so we have the spirit of power through the Most High, power to get through and endure and overcome anything through the power of Spirit, how about Shema Shah. So I just had to we just gotta tap into that power. Understand, as long as we lean on Yahweh Shema Shah, we can get through anything. The Most High is our strength. He is our strength. His word is our strength, and that's what helps us. So those feelings are normal, but rebuke spirits of doubt. Rebuke those spirits because we can't have wavering faith. Rebuke those spirits of doubt. Rebuke those spirits of fear, and trust in the Most High that He's gonna be with you and guide you during your birth and during postpartum, because postpartum can be rough. Baby blues is normal. Postpartum depression, those things are real. Those things are not talked about, but those things are real. Sisters be struggling behind closed doors. So if you have sisters that you know that are postpartum, keep them in your prayers every single day. And even just keep sisters in your prayers in general, but keep those postpartum moms in your prayers. Keep moms in your prayers in general. Check up on your sister. If you have a sister that's postpartum nearby, see how you can help her. See if there's anything you can do for her, because we need that village and we need that help. We need that support. Sisterhood is important and we need it. We can't do it alone. My head and my mother-in-law have already been of help. If you need somebody to come over and watch the baby while you cook and clean around the house once you recover, do that. But I think that's all I have. What about you?
Those are my points. Yeah, man. Just keep enduring. It's something my mom just said today. Motherhood is the hardest job, but the most rewarding. So definitely be patient with yourself. Be patient with your baby. It can get frustrating sometimes. There will be some hard nights, but the days are long, but the years are short. So try to enjoy every stage and you know just be grateful to the Most High. Think about those good things, think on things that are joyful, peaceful in that time. Because Satan, he'll play on them emotions. Hormones all over the place, they up and down. Satan will play on that.
Mm-hmm.
He might have you be like, oh, it's okay to act like that. It's just the hormones, but they're really just spirits at the end of the day.
Right.
So yes,
and I'm glad you said something. I'm glad you said. I was like, go ahead.
Good.
I was gonna say I'm glad that you said that because don't use that excuse of it's just my hormones. That's not an excuse. That's not a dang on excuse. We still have to strive to stand in spirit, and we all still have to stand before the judgment seat of Christ. That's 2 Corinthians 5:10. Let me read that. Hold on. 2 Corinthians 5:10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad, and every other word that we have spoken, Matthew 12:36. So let me just read it. Matthew 12:36. But I say unto you that every other word that man shall speak, that shall give a cup thereof in the day of judgment. So every other word that we speak, every other word. So don't use that excuse when my hormones all over the place. This is normal. Yeah, your hormones all over the place, but you still got to stand before the Most High. So you need to control your mouth and your emotions. Don't be over there flipping out, talking crazy, cussing your head out, slamming stuff. Because I was talking crazy, slamming stuff. I was guilty of it all, and I had to get myself together. For the Most High got me together. Okay. And I'm just our person Most High for His mercy and repentance. But these are things that are real and spirits that we deal with, and hormones do be all over the place. But we still have to control ourselves and move in the spirit of our righteous form to the best of our ability. Because the Most High sees everything, and He can still judge us for our actions. So don't let the be an excuse, and don't let pregnancy be an excuse to be eating every damn thing. Have some control of your appetite. Don't be eating just to eat. If you're not hungry, don't eat. Don't let that gluttony spirit come on you.
Right.
So
that's a big thing. That's a big thing for sure. Okay, just be eating just to eat. Hey, I'm pregnant. I'm eating for two.
Yeah, I'm eating for two. Yes, you are, but you ain't even hungry.
Don't fall victim to it. Yeah, and you just have in moderation. Because to be honest, I feel like the cravings are worse postpartum than pregnancy. Believe it or not. But it's definitely it's definitely a journey. It's definitely, a lesson in all aspects when you're pregnant, during labor, during postpartum. It's all a journey. So we're willing, you just continue to lean on the Most High through it all. You know, do your research and make sure that you just keep focusing on the end goal, man. The end goal. What was the question again?
Your next question.
I'm talking about what the question that they're asking.
We already answered them.
All of them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I'll break one side. Lord willing, this was edifying. I didn't think it was going to be almost 2 hours. Well, I said it was.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't think it's gonna be 2 hours. It's our videos are always 2 hours.
Always 2 hours.
Always one side. But also I was gonna say, it's okay to indulge in your cravings every now and then because I definitely did. Okay. But balance and moderation. Balance and moderation. Y'all see my little dimple?
Because you don't want to be big, okay? Because you mess around, eat what you want to eat. Talking about eating for two.
Be big as a house.
Be big as a house. And then have to work extra hard after postpartum.
Okay.
After you drop the baby.
Okay. So and something that I also want to touch on real quick. When postpartum comes, once you recover, start to try to get your body back. I know a sister, she ain't playing about that, and I love it. Our person was high, and when she see this, she probably know who I'm talking about, spirit. Yeah, do some pelvic exercise, re-strengthen your core and your pelvic area because that's where all that baby was at and putting all that pressure. So don't fall into snapback culture. Oh, you got to start back working and working out and doing stuff around the house as soon as possible. You need your rest. You just pushed out a baby. My baby was 8 pounds and 0.9 ounces. Okay, my baby was big. Okay, my mom called her a Whopper baby. Okay. So, and I don't even know she's gonna be that big because I was kind of small in my pregnancy. Like, have an 8-pound baby, I wasn't that big in my pregnancy. Like, my belly was kind of small. She was on my back. That's why she was on my back. Mm-hmm. I had back labor. It was terrible, but I pressed my side. But yes, please rest. And when you get back to doing things, when you start to feel better and things like that, when you're feeling fine, you're recovered up, I recommend 5-5-5. 5 days in the bed, on the bed, and around the bed. That gives you 3 weeks. And it may feel like you're being lazy and a bum, but you just push out a baby. You're a new mom. You need your rest. That's a great time to connect with the Most High and read and increase in your studying because that's what helped me a lot. I tried to because those first 3 weeks when I was getting attacked by Satan like crazy, but then I realized I had to get back up in the spirit and do-do-do-do-wop, had to gird up my loins and get back in the precepts for real. So studying helped me. It's a great time to connect with the Most High and study more and read more and pray more. So stay hydrated, postpartum, continue to take your vitamins, prenatal vitamins at least, and I think that's pretty much it.
Yes, definitely take your vitamins. It's important if you're not, because we don't eat like how we should in Babylon.
Yeah,
we don't, because and then even then, the food so defiled. So it's nothing wrong with taking an iron supplement, taking some vitamin D, whatever, all the vitamins, folates and the folic acids and all that. And because like I said previously, I was extremely anemic. Like I was very low on the scale. And they were even thinking about, maybe transferring me because my iron levels were severely low. I mean, severely. Like 0 is like the lowest or something like that. And I was like, I don't remember, my mom brand, but I was low on the scale. But all praise Most High, He delivered me. I was able to still have my natural water birth how I wanted it. So all praise Most High.
Golly, how about you outside? So I pray that sisters are edified. Maybe got a little laughing here and there. But we love coming on here. Lord, this is helpful. We actually was talking about doing this when I was pregnant, so it feels good to finally be able to do it. And our person side of sister was so patient waiting on me. And I wanted to wait till I was a little postpartum so I could touch on a little bit of that as well. But call it How About Your Mouth Shy. If sisters have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We're not um, like professionals, but through experience that we have through Constantly How About Your Mouth Shy, Lord will be able to help and give some helpful advice with our personal experience with Christ for the Most High. But yeah, so our personal life. With that, we're gonna say Shalawam. Lord willing, have a great sisters. Have a great week. Since it now is considered Sunday, since the sun's down. Let's try to be better. Have a more productive week. Do things in a timely manner, so we're not rushing. I know feast first fruits is coming up. Day of Psalms is coming up. New moon is coming up for probably a lot of us around different calendars. So Lord has some good feast days coming up. And for the pregnant sisters that are pregnant right now, like Sister Leah Hatch, congrats on your second baby. Any sisters that are pregnant, we're praying for healthy, beautiful, best blessings for y'all. Baby love, baby love, baby love, baby dust. Lord willing, everything goes well. Lord willing, most I'll be with y'all. And for the postpartum sisters, you're doing amazing. Continue to take it day by day. Continue leaning on the Most High. And sisters, all the moms out there, you're rocking it. You're killing it. You're amazing, wonderful, magnificent, never done before, lovely, super splendid, super amazing, blah, blah, blah.
You're appreciated.
Yes, y'all appreciate it. Y'all are needed. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are doing a great job. Keep going. You are strong. People don't understand how strong mothers are.
Yep.
Like,
oh, wait, let me get this real quick.
You're strong. You're doing it. You're doing the job. You're doing amazing. You're kicking butt. And even if you don't feel like it, you're doing amazing. And don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. Because you're going to need it, okay? You're gonna realize, you're going to see you're going to need it, okay?
Okay, this is 2 Corinthians 12:10. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then am I strong. So when y'all are at y'all's breaking point, when you feel like all hell done break loose and you're at the lowest of the low, amen. That is your strongest point because it's only up from there.
Right?
It's only up from there.
Okay? You're going to come back and you better. Yeah, you know that. But, come on, Lord willing, y'all have a great rest of y'all night. And with that, we say Shalom.
Shalom.